been on my mind real heavy the last few weeks, and I thought maybe it was time I get on here and do a little mini update and just check in with everybody because believe it or not, I've been missing my YouTube family. And I think for me, I needed some time just to relax, do a lot of reflection and thinking. And now that school is out and the hustle and bustle of school life is over, maybe I can now relax a little bit after I finish this trip. Right now, I come to you from, where am I at? I'm in New York right now. When I flew in Tuesday, I went straight to Delaware. I was in Delaware Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday in Maryland. And then Friday, Saturday, I've been in New York, and tomorrow I'm heading to New Jersey, I believe. No, no, I'm all messed up. I'm on an 11-day trip through 11 different states. So I know the first one was Delaware, Maryland, and then we did New Jersey. We raced New Jersey yesterday, and tomorrow is New York. That's it. I'm staying in New York, but I'm racing tomorrow in New York. Today was New Jersey. I'll get it right. It's just a lot for some old person to remember. Anyways, I just want to check in with you guys and let y'all know how things are going. My kids are hanging in there. They're doing well, all 5 of them. It's been a rough road. I'm not going to say it hasn't been, but there has been so many wonderful, wonderful blessings that has come out of this. I mean, just story after story that has come out of the tragedy that has happened to the family. And I'm sure as time goes on, we'll hear more and more about that. I know my son-in-law is planning on even probably writing a book. He's been talking about that. So a lot to come in the future. But for me, I'm trying to focus on me again. And as y'all know, I am an emotional eater. So since the boys passed away on, you might as well say April 10th was the day that the fire happened. They didn't declare them dead until the 14th, but in my mind, they've been gone since the 10th. They've been with Jesus all this time. So since April 10th, I have not been able to stop binge eating. And it has been just constant. I think I'm up 15 pounds since April 10th. So I told myself, starting when I get home on the 17th, I've got to change. I've got to stop because I am so miserable. I am so inflamed. I literally feel swollen. I feel like I am just 3 feet thick. You know, there's an old Huey Lewis song that talks about you want a new drug and how he felt 3 feet thick. Well, I relate to that these days. I mean, I look at my face, I don't even look the same. So I've put it in my mindset, in my head, that once I get home, summer's here, there's no more excuses. I am going to start hard and heavy with the fasting. I've got 5 weeks until I leave for Alaska, and I want to get my health in order. More than just the weight loss, guys. I feel horrible. I have noticed in the last few months, and I know it's from inflammation. I know it's from eating poorly and it's from the inflammation. I am hurting in my wrist, my elbows, my hip. My right hip has been giving me such problems. And I've been looking into some stuff about menopause, you know, and it says that could be partial of the problem too. Menopause can cause these aches and pains and inflammation, blah, blah. But I know a lot of it, probably 90% of mine is eating. Yes, I do believe I am in premenopause, but I am not in full blown yet. So I really believe that a lot of my problem is just the foods that I have been shoveling in my face for the last, you might as well say, 6 to 8 months. So it's time for change. There's no reason, no excuses. Back to drawing that line in the sand. So I just wanted to reach out and let you guys know that I'm here. I'm okay. My family's okay. We are all living day to day as, you know, anybody would in this situation. My daughter and son-in-law will never be the same, but they are holding on to their faith in Christ like I've never seen. It's a true testament of their faith. I mean, they have been so strong through all this, and for them to be such a young couple, it blesses me. It blesses my heart that they are holding on to one another, to God, and taking care of their kids. and they're staying grounded in church, and that's a blessing. That's the only way they're going to make it through this. It's the only way all of us are going to make it through this. There's a lot of stuff that happened at the funeral that gave me some closure, which was unexpected, needed, and I feel like that it was all a good thing. I mean, like I said, there's been so many wonderful stories that have come out of the tragedy. So with that being said, I don't know if I'm going to do weekly updates. I don't know how this is going to go down when I finally do get home from this long trip, but I'm going to start back with the accountability. I'm going to need it in more ways than one. And I've got to push through. I started back listening when I left Houston Tuesday. I left on the 4th of June, and I started listening to Jen Stevens' podcast. I used to do this, a couple years ago. When I'd go for a walk, whenever I'd go anywhere, I'd just throw her podcast on and just listen to all the success stories. And I started doing that on this trip again. And it's really motivating me to get started and to get moving in the right direction, because I don't want to keep floating along and before I know it, be back up to the 230 pounds again. I just don't, my heaviest was 257, and I remember how miserable I was then. And I remember how bad I could hardly move, how miserable I was at 230 something. And then to get down all the way to 170 and just let that all slip away, it's frustrating. It's aggravating and frustrating. I get mad at myself. Then what do? I want to go eat, and then what does that do? It makes me feel guilty for eating, and then I get mad at myself again. It's a vicious cycle that we put ourselves through. So, like I said, I'm listening back to all these old podcasts and just getting motivated again. So I'm on this trip. It's been wonderful. I've been staying at Airbnbs, which I don't stay a lot of Airbnbs. I haven't in the past, but this trip I'm doing literally 12 Airbnbs. The first couple I stayed with, have been married 40 years, a Christian couple. We just connected. It was just like, it was my first day. I was there for 2 nights, and it was just awesome. Sweet, sweet couple. We talked about the boys, we talked about Christ, we talked about all kinds of things, and just made my trip start off on the right foot. And I stayed with another lady and her husband night before last, another nice couple, great stay. And then for the last 2 nights, I've been where I'm at now with this lovely 73-year-old lady. Her name is Christine, and she's a bus driver. Special needs bus driver. So we had a lot that we connected on, and so we've just enjoyed each other's company for the last couple of days. I've done 5Ks yesterday and today, so I've had a lot of time. I went to a presidential library today, and just did some touring around different parts of the city, and just really just enjoying being off work, and meeting people. I just can't get over how many wonderful people I have met so far on this trip, and it's just barely 5 days in, So again, just wanted to touch base, let y'all know that I am here, I am coming back, and I'm going to say I'm going to come back with a vengeance, because when I weighed Tuesday morning to come up on this trip, I was over that 200-pound mark again. I was 203, I believe, 0.6 or 0.8. And it's not where I want to be. It's not where I want to be. So I know I've been through a lot of stuff this year. I was reflecting on that. Plane. It's good to know that when I try to do a video outside, let's try this again. It's good to know that when I try to do a video outside back home, that everywhere else, they still have the same problems. Planes, birds, noise, whatever. So anyways, where was I at? Done forgotten, lost my track of mind. Ugh, letting you guys know I am coming back, and after this 12-day trip, I'll be home late on the 16th. It's going to take me a couple days to get myself back together. I mean, I am doing 11 different races in 11 different states. We are going from Delaware to Maine. This is insane. I have never done anything like this before in my life. And hopefully I can finish this feat that I've set before me and check these states off my bucket list, and then finish up and move forward and start back on this weight loss journey and get my health back. I think that's what I was saying before the plane. I am miserable and I'm feeling it everywhere. So I know I've got to do this for my mental, my physical, for all of it. And I know this year, again, the first 4 months of this year has been the second worst year of my life in just 4 months. I've gone from losing a relationship and then losing my precious babies just within a few months span. I don't know what that is, but that don't sound good. Actually, it's a red flashing light at the neighbor's house. What does that mean? That's weird. Okay. I may end up having to cut all this out because there's too many crazy noises going on. Okay, now it stopped. Oh, maybe I needed this laugh. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna have to start all the way over. I think I need a blooper section for this video. Anyways, the first 4 months of this year has been the second worst year of my life. I think that's what I was trying to say before the plane and the red light over there that's making all kind of weird noises. I never dreamed that in 4 short months, my life could take such a turn and my heart could be hurting so badly, you know, which again has affected me. But I've always been, like most of you that follow me know, I'm an all or nothing person. It's taken me down a little bit, but I've got to pull myself back up and I've got to move forward. I cannot let life, which is what it is, I cannot let life distract, destroy, you know, take my joy. And that's what Satan tries to do. And I'm not going to allow it, you know, I'm not going to allow it. So it's time to get back on track. It's time to come back, and I need you guys for accountability. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty much starting over again, and I'm going to hit it hard and heavy. Like I said, I'm probably going to do some extreme things for the first few weeks just to get myself back into a fasting mode, because I have been eating any and everything for weeks, months. Literally every time I turn around, I'm shoveling food in my mouth constantly. You know, it's not good. It has not been good. And the only way I know to cut and cure that is to do a 72-hour fast and detox. And that's what I plan on doing when I get home. So I get home Sunday. Here we go again. Okay, I really don't know what this is, but it's really annoying. Oh, I think I just figured out what that siren noise is for. I think it's to scare off birds from his garden or something, because he's got a lot of trees and fruit trees and different things. It may be something to deter animals or birds. Oh well, it'll probably happen several more times while I'm on here. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm coming home on the 16th. It'll take a few days for me to get back to some kind of normal, but I am planning on starting the 17th and start fasting and do a 72-hour fast. That is my plan right off the bat. So hang with me, guys. Like I said, I'm not sure how soon I'll be starting doing videos consistently again, but I am going to start coming back and start getting busy, because like I said, that 203, that's got to go. I don't want that to slip, and it can very easily from 203 to 233 for me in a matter of just a couple of months. I gain weight super quick. So even with this trip, I'll probably get home, I'll probably be about 2:15, to be honest with you. And it's all from just the traveling. I mean, yes, and the eating out every day, that's not the greatest, but traveling always does this to me. And this being a 12-day trip, it's not going to be pretty on that scale. I know it's not going to be, but it's something I have been wanting to do for probably 5 or 6 years. It's been on my bucket list to do a full series with this group. And me being the overachiever, not just one series, I'm doing 2. I'm doing back to back, one 5-day, one 6 days, all consecutive. So it's going to be something. My feet are already feeling it. This is only day 4 and I'm exhausted. So we'll see how day 11 comes. Once it gets here, I don't know, I may be crawling back to Houston. Who knows? It's going to be something. But I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let y'all know how things are going, and I hope everybody's doing great. Like I said, we're hanging in there. We're doing okay. All of us, we're doing okay. So I thank you all for your prayers, your support, your kind words, your comments, and God's got us. He does. We got this. You know, he's always been there for us, and he always will be. And I know where those boys are. You know, that's the most important thing. I know where my babies are, and my prayers right now are for my daughter and son-in-law, and will be for a long time to come. So I just want to give you guys an update. I thought it was going to be short, but this really isn't short. Between the airplane and all the woo-woos over there, it's sort of become a long video. But anyways, I hope y'all are doing well, and I will talk to you guys later. And who knows, maybe some night this week I'll get in another little short update from another state, because we're moving on up. Tomorrow, after we finish New York, we're heading to Connecticut, and then after Connecticut we're going all the way up to Maine. So I am looking forward to it. I picked my friend Tammy up tomorrow at the airport, and she's going to finish out the rest of the series with me. I've been alone for the first 5 days, which is fine. You know me, I can talk to anybody and talk to a tree over here. So I've not been alone. I've had actually a good time, met some really wonderful people. So it's been a fun trip, just a tiring trip. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Y'all have a great one. I'll see y'all later. Bye.